All right, thank you.
Hello, your camera off.
I know. I'm getting it on, girl. Girl, give me a minute. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Um,
Now you went all the way off. Hey, y'all. Hey, everyone that has joined us so far. There you go.
reappeared, girl. Kind of like magic.
Right.
Yes. How are you? How are
I'm
you?
good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. See if we good on here, girl. Yeah. What you been up
Right.
to?
Nothing, running around all day.
Like, I think that's our norm. I think we probably should I don't know what we need to do to kind of like combat that. Like maybe have a we keep saying like me days and rest days and rejuvenation days, but in a world of I'm not gonna just say mother, but I want to say mother, but active
Mm-hmm.
parent. Is
Mm-hmm.
that possible?
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah.
You
Because
want
like
to have
we
a
asked
it's like, and the time go by so fast. It go by so fast.
it does.
Very fast.
We ask for it, but it's like it's a given. Like, what do you do?
Yeah,
So that type of thing. So
you go by real fast.
hmm
Be
yeah.
skedaddling, going on. I said, dang, I had took off, some days for my birthday. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have a few days in between to like rest a little bit. That
hmm
ain't happen.
It ain't happened. Yeah, your birthday was just Saturday.
Yes.
Ah, happy belated birthday. I'm glad I was able to be a part of your dinner, but I
Yes,
am looking
thank you for
forward to when we can go
coming.
celebrate.
Huh?
I said I am looking forward to when we can actually go out and celebrate. I'm glad I was
Yes,
able to be a part of
yes.
your dinner and stuff.
I enjoyed my weekend.
That's
So it was
good.
nice. It was nice.
That is
I
so
did.
good.
Yeah, it was.
Tanika's on.
Hey, Tanuka.
Hello. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us.
I'm looking forward to you being an active participant because she's always so like enthused,
I
engaged.
know she is.
Yes, on this
She's
topic and
always
stuff.
happy.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy about that. So she says, Hunty, she was turned up. Oh, see, I missed that girl. Did you get some recordings? Because if so, you're gonna have to share them.
Yes, I hung out for my birthday this weekend. I was tired.
You tired. Well, you deserve to be should be able to do that more than once a year though.
Right.
Like okay, moving
Yes.
forward. Yeah,
Yes. But it costs too much though to go outside. It costs too much. Like,
it does.
I'm like, dang.
She said now on Facebook. Okay, tag me or tag our page, please, because I didn't see all the turn up ones. I ain't see all them. So yeah, tag me.
Yeah, it costs a lot when you go outside. When you just be like,
Yeah,
dang.
it does. It does definitely. You want to get out there, but it's like what? And then with the cost, what with the economy being what it is right now, it's kind of
Yeah.
like shoot, give or take with
It's
all
very,
that. Let me pick
yes.
my unfortunately pick. I remember a time, girl, we was just going. I really like living life, Not saying we
And
not
that
living
was
life
in
now
what,
because we are.
2017.
Girl, the memories be rolling back. I'm like,
Cause
every
they
time
be
you turn
popping up.
around.
I'm like that. We that summer we was going back to back, like back to back.
Yes. Hey, Chelsea. That's oh my God. If y'all are in
Hey,
Pensacola, not even in Pensacola, I'm going to tell y'all, that's my girl there. if you want your locks done, any of that, she's like a jack of all trades. Then she also does like runway fashion design. So if you're looking for somebody to like rep your clothing brand or anything, honey, she gonna work it. She do not have stuff. That's my girl there. So my hair, you see it like that, that's her. And then she be like just walking that runway, like on it. But she's a jack of all trades and she's good at what she do. But she says it's definitely costs too much to be outside. And it does. Thank you for joining us. And we hope to get your input too on
thank you for
our topic tonight.
us.
So we look forward to that. And thank you. And y'all, please, if you know anyone that is not on, or that you may think that would like to join us or even be a part of our platform or have any insights, please just share our link. We're on YouTube as well. We're on Facebook, Twitter, IG, TikTok, and stuff. So y'all, please just share our page, like, follow, share. And again, this is a platform not just for us, but for anyone who wants to get on and engage in the topic conversation, or even if you have anything you want to contribute, we're here. So thank you. And she says,
thank you for joining us.
And then Tanika says, go to Jermaine Hill page. He posted the video. Okay, I am. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll put on blast. Yes. So we're gonna wait a few more minutes for more people to get on. And today we're talking about cosmetic plastic surgery.
Yes.
The ins, the outs, the in-betweens, how we feel, all of that stuff. So we're just gonna wait for a few more people to dial in to get on.
Yes, cosmetic surgery has been on the rise like over the years. I remember, back in the days, people really didn't. People did it, but it really wasn't, like that. I think you had like, Dolly Parton. Did she ever have surgery? I don't know if she had.
Come on.
She did. But I know, they used to wear those tight weight corsets though.
Yeah,
remember
all the time.
And it makes they used to wear them all the time. So I'm pretty sure because they were saying people had their ribs removed and stuff like that. So I never knew exactly what they had done, but back in the days it wasn't really talked about, or somebody did have something they really didn't speak about it. But now people are just in the open. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to get that done, and I think it's and that's the thing, to each his own. Whatever you feel comfortable with doing, whatever you feel you may need to fix on your body, and whatever you may need to do to have your surgery done. But we want to talk about some of the things to know before getting your surgery done, and other topics and stuff like that.
That is so true. And so Tanika says, to each his own, but I embrace my natural beauty. It is too much going on with the surgery. I'm just afraid. And it's definitely understandable. That's me right there. So
a lot of people are afraid because people don't it's a lot with any surgical procedure to have it done. And I see a lot of people because again, social media, a lot of people, that's what people are showing, like your body should look like this, your body should look like that, or you're not gonna get attention if you don't look like this, or if you don't look like that. And then social media can be very cruel, especially when people in the comments, because sometimes I'll be reading them people comments and I'm like, dang, they don't have no sympathy, they don't hold nothing back, they just be going. Yes. And then so people were saying like somebody has a natural body, they pick on that. It's like, what is a right way? And I think we shouldn't be concerned about how the other person feel, because people gonna have something to say regardless. Like it does not matter what you do, how you look, how you shape, or any of that. People are gonna have their own thoughts, their own input, and all that stuff. And then you see people just talking about people after they have surgery saying they look like ants and they got a diaper on, and it's just like it's so much. So even when you have surgery, it's a risk of you may not turn out looking like the way you want.
That's true.
So that's another risk. You're doing a high risk procedure, and then you may not have the outcome that you want to have. So that's some of the things we were going to talk about too, about making sure if you do have it done that you're looking at someone that is board certified, somebody that has credentials, somebody that has been doing it for a while, have reviews. And again, social media, they have a lot of surgical groups. They have a lot of groups that you can join to look to see about that physician, the yays and nays, and all of that stuff. I know the most recent procedure I think everybody know about was Jackie O.
Mm-hmm.
DC Young Fly, significant other that he's been with for a while. I think I want to say with her case, they were saying that she allegedly, say allegedly. So
Mm-hmm.
y'all, let me backtrack. Sorry,
Let's backtrack. I was just about to say, please backtrack.
because I'm just going and talking.
You're like, I'm in it. Yes.
Right. So we're gonna backtrack. So we just started talking because we went for more people to join. So
Yes.
I'm Jessica,
And I'm Topeka.
and this is Topeka and Jessica's Facebook and YouTube live. We are on here talking about discussions, different topics, different things. Transparent. We laugh. We're serious. We bring serious topics on. We have guests that come on to talk about, their journeys, their life experiences. We talk about our life experiences. So we're just here to give a platform to discuss things that may not be discussed in the open, or things that y'all want to hear and talk about. And of course, we always say if y'all have things that y'all want to talk about, that y'all can always inbox us. We do not disclose any names if you inbox us about a certain topic or a certain situation. Or if you want to be a guest, you can always come on and be a guest. And I think Pika has, I don't know, did you put that up there?
About which one to guess?
Yeah.
I did. In fact, I went ahead and tagged it. So even today, if you want to give insight, right? Of course, you can go ahead and leave your comment in the chat box, right? But if you want to come on and say, hey, you know what? I want to be heard. Like I don't want to type, I don't want to text, none of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to go ahead and click the link that I posted. You can join from an Android, from an Apple, iPhone, or any device. However, if you are joining from an Android, be sure to copy and paste that link into your Chrome browser. And if you are joining from an iPhone, do the same with your what's the platform with them? Why am I going blank? What's their platform for Apple? Do it from your is it Safari, from your Safari.
Oh.
Copy and paste that link. And once you do that, what will happen is it'll send us a message, and you will just get into the holding room, and we'll go ahead and invite you on. So if you don't want to be seen, like, hey, I just want to be heard type thing, a dial-in, whenever you go to give access, just give access to your microphone. If you want to be seen and heard, give access to both your camera and your microphone. And again, we would love to have you on the channel, your opinions, your thoughts, your feelings, all of that about the topic that's very widely discussed. Criticize the pros, the cons, all of that stuff. Look, a lot of people are trying to do it now. About plastic cosmetic surgery, however, whichever one you may refer to it as. So again, we would love to have you on, and here's the link here. And then if you are on YouTube, it's the same link, but it's a show up, there for your YouTube. And then we are also on Twitch, and there's the Twitch. So before I get going with that, Tanika says, Hunty, tell them to call me. They can have all my fat tissue, thighs, breasts, whatever, you can have it. Yes.
Right.
And Chelsea, she posted something there. So yeah, we are just thankful that you all are joining us. And again, we're just best friends from the South. We're like, you know what, we're gonna come on and give this platform. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. Again, we pretty much open to talk about any topic, and if it's something you all want to talk about, let us know. And even though the viewers right now, we do have people that go back and rewatch this. That's the good thing with going live, and recording, and it being on different streams where they may not be able to join us tonight, but hey, they can go back and watch this at any time, rewatch, share, do whatever. So please, again, if you're not following our page, please go on, like, follow, share, and join. So invite a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. We're here. So I'm gonna let Jessica do the disclaimer, because that's like her thing. She has that like down. So I'm just here like, yeah.
So, as always, we are on here to give our inputs, insights, thoughts on different topics and different subjects. We're not professionals in any way, so we're not giving you professional advice, what to go out to do, what you need to do, and how you should feel, think, or any of that. We're just, again, using this platform as a outlet to express how you may feel, a way to express how we feel, our thoughts and input. But of course, if you feel that our information that we are giving you, or that anybody else giving you, is helpful, we truly appreciate that. But again, we ask that you seek medical advice, professional help, professional anything that you may be going through that we talk about on here. So we do know on certain topics, we do give statistics, and we also put like websites up there for a reference that you can go to refer back for further information about things. So that is our disclaimer. So the things that we talk about may be allegedly, they may be we heard or we saw or we thought, but it's nothing that we may have seen like hands on when it comes to like celebrities and all that stuff. So even people, in regards to us, we see things hands on and we, experience,
Yes.
but we're
Yeah.
giving our thoughts and our input and all of that. So
That is so true. That is
yeah.
so true. Yeah, well, led to our discussion, our topic, we have had people that, have requested it, but then, like she said, when the whole unfortunate passing of Jackie O came, it's like, okay, insight, because again, it's something that a lot of people, our day and age, us, younger generation, faced with, again, we have the social media, we have that need or that desire to say, hey, you know what, I may not like this about myself, so what can I do, where before, back in the day, we kind of like, okay, this is how God made us. We're living with it. We, gain a few pounds. Guess what? We might go to the gym, try to work it off, but we were good.
Mm-hmm.
And having cosmetic and plastic surgery was seen as something where it was not we thought it was not affordable for us, only
Right.
for something that maybe the celebrities have done. But again, with everything, you look into stuff, have more access to stuff. So it's like, hey, you know what? I really can do this. I really can afford this. So I don't like the way my nose is shaped. I don't like, the way
Mm-hmm.
my breast is. So let me go do something about it. And then they come up with all these packages to entice people. Hey, let's do the mommy makeover.
Right.
So a lot of us have had kids, and of course, with carrying a child or being of childbearing, age or whatever, we do have changes in our body. So again, and we have that stigma, oh, hey, looking like the video vixen, I don't know if that's still a term, or a magazine girl, or the Instagram girl, or Instagram guy, because I know guys that have actually had cosmetic surgery as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just gender specific where we're saying only the females are doing it. Believe it or not, all genders are doing it. And it's surgery for a lot of stuff, even to change your sexual orientation. Again, so we live in that world where now it is more affordable, and then they have payment plans for it too, so people are like, you know what, let me just go ahead and do this.
Yeah.
And again, sometimes it could just be for self-confidence, for self-esteem purposes too, but whatever the reason is, trying to make an informed decision on that. And we're not here to pass judgment or nothing, because again, to each his own. And I one time thought about doing it, but I chickened out. I'm like, I'm gonna work for this. So again, I totally understand. And then, we see the younger generation that's coming up and like, you know what, I don't like this. So when I get 18, I'm gonna go have this done. And it's like, baby, Lord, the body you in, accept it, but it's kind of hard to do when you're seeing other people doing it, and
Right.
not just that, hey, I can really get this done.
Right.
So that's where we are with all of that. So y'all chime in, let me know. Jessica, go ahead, hon.
So y'all think people do get the because we all could say we can find something wrong with our body or we want to fix, because of me, I've always wanted to have a breast reduction, even back for years ago. I've always wanted to have a breast reduction, but I always want to lose weight first.
Mhm.
And I too have, like, I've been under for C-sections and stuff like that, but
Yes.
for this it's like, and for one thing, I do not like the rest period. I don't want to rest. I don't like to have to be in house. I don't want to have the drains. I don't want to have any of that. Like, I'm the one that probably would be like non-compliant. Like, I would not follow the instructions. I'll be trying to go like, this look all right, I think I can go. So, but yeah.
That's a big
I
thing
don't
too.
like,
That
after
part.
I had my C-sections, oh my gosh. I used to, like, how a child couldn't go outside and play. That's,
Yeah.
I would go stand out and look out the window because I just wanted to be outside so bad, like just to go somewhere. So it was a lot, y'all. It was a lot for me, but
Mm,
people do it, of course, sometimes to fix stuff. And again, we had the video vixens, the Instagram models, people may want to go that route in their life and they may want to have that done, or they just feel like this is how you should look at this day and age because that's what people praise so much, like the banging bodies and
mm-hmm.
you got to have that
That's
figure
true.
eight shape or the small waist and the hips, and all that stuff. But what people don't understand is that even with that, there are always risks with any surgery, and you have to make sure you follow, you do your research on these physicians. I think again we were speaking of Jackie O. Allegedly she's supposed to have went to a physician that was not a surgeon that was not board certified. So that was one of the big discussions with her, that this physician was not a good physician, a surgeon. He had bad reviews. If you go look at his stuff, I personally did not go look, but this is just like from looking at other comments, and I've seen that statement multiple times in his case or whatever. So you have to go back and look at these physicians, even though they can say, "Oh, I'm throwing a deal. You can get a mommy makeover for $2,000." Okay, that sounds wonderful. Like, because versus, I'm not for sure how much a mommy makeover costs, but versus $10,000 or $2,000, oh, let me go jump on that. You know what I'm saying? So, but you
Yes.
still have to look at the statistics with that physician, with that surgeon. I know at one point people were going over, was it in Colombia?
It was Colombia, yeah, in Thailand.
Okay. People were going
Mm-hmm.
over there having the surgeries because the surgeons were supposed to be top notch and all that stuff. So then it was a lot of mishaps happening over. And I know in Colombia, people, they were saying things about that, but I'm not for sure about Thailand.
Yeah,
But again, sometimes you can't just jump on the train because everybody's getting on that train. You got
that's
to
right.
figure out what's best for you, who is the best surgeon for you. You have some surgeons, sometimes they will say if you have a medical condition. So you have some surgeons that won't touch you if you have that certain medical
Mm-hmm.
condition. Then you have another surgeon that you may go see, oh, I can do it. But if one surgeon say they can't, it has to be something that you need to look into as to why, if you have that medical condition, why you shouldn't have it done.
Yep.
So again, oops, sorry. It's about doing your research. So I'm just going to read some things. So this is actually from 2020. It says in the United States registered the highest number of cosmetic procedures worldwide with nearly 4 million such operations. The
Hmm.
number of surgical and non-surgical cosmetic procedures in the U.S. has grown over the last decade from around 1.6 million procedures in 1997 to over 5.5 million in 2020.
Wow.
So today that number is still rising. So you
Yes, I can
still,
imagine.
yes, so it's still rising, with people wanting to have
Mm.
surgeries and stuff. And so I know we talk about the surgeries as far as why people want to have it done, like to help boost self-esteem, or you have a problem with your body, a part of your body that you want to have fixed. But there's
Mm-hmm.
other reasons that people may have cosmetic surgery, like if you have a trauma. So like if you get in a car accident, your nose is broken, or your face, you may need facial reconstruction or nose fix, which is called a rhinoplasty, or things like that. Also infection,
Mm-hmm.
cosmetic surgery. Somebody may need a skin graft or something like that. That's where you take another piece of skin and place it over an area that does not have skin.
Yeah.
Developmental abnormalities like birth defects. People, as they get older, may want to have that fixed. Congenital as well, and disease, and also tumors. So cosmetic surgery isn't about somebody wants to fix their body all the time. It may be something else that is going on with them that they want to um, fix too in that area. So what cosmetic surgery is, and this is according to the Society of Plastic Surgeons. Cosmetic plastic surgery includes surgical and non-surgical procedures that enhance and reshape structures of the body to improve appearance and confidence.
Mm-hmm.
So confidence, I think, is something based on an individual basis.
Big, big,
Yes.
yes.
hmm
Yes.
So I think too, sometimes people can go too far though with cosmetic surgery.
Oh my gosh, like we can name a few, right? If we all sit down and
Yes.
really thought about it, like
Yes.
you could probably be like, God, don't I remember when this person looked this way? Now they look totally different. And I
Right.
remember
Right.
telling someone that it was a picture that was going around, and this guy married this lady, right?
Mm-hmm.
And dated her and everything. And she I mean, both ways she was beautiful, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they ended up having kids together. And his kids, when they had the kids, as they aged, he was unsure if those were his kids because they did not look or favor her or
Uh-huh.
him or anyone on, like, I guess it didn't go too much in depth as far as the lineage of it or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But he was specific, like, I don't know who kids these are. They don't look like me. They don't favor me. And they don't
Mm-hmm.
favor you, talking to his wife or whatever. So,
Yeah.
of course, they did a blood test. It came back. They were his kids and they were her kids.
Uh-huh.
But what he didn't know was that she had a lot of surgeries, a lot of cosmetic surgeries. So her
Oh,
face looked totally different than
wow.
what yeah, so going back, he was like, oh, and then I remember he asked for a divorce because he was like, you know what? He was married under, false pretenses.
Yeah.
And I don't know whatever
Wow.
came about that. I never followed it, but that's just crazy. Again,
Yeah,
that
that
you,
is crazy to
it's
change your
crazy, but
face
it's
back up.
real.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, come
Yes.
on. I don't know.
Yes.
And I can only imagine, like, you thinking, okay, this is what I'm with, but to the point where it totally
Uh-huh.
changed your total appearance. Like,
Right. Yeah. Because
I
some
don't
people
know,
I
at
think go
least
too
leave
far.
something. Hmm.
Huh? No, I
It was,
said some people go too far, and I think, and I don't know, and this is just my personal, I don't know if it's like maybe a self-esteem thing, or they still feel like the problem that they had fixed is not fixed, or they still, when they look in the mirror, they don't see it fixed. I mean, I don't know how they think or what they may look at when they keep going back,
I don't know, but
to have
like when they say, like when you get a tattoo, right? You get one
uh-huh.
tattoo, you're gonna become addicted, right? That's what
Uh-huh.
the saying is. So you're gonna
Right.
be back up under the needle to get another one. It could be something like that. Okay, they went and had it. Hey, this wasn't so bad. Then they
Right.
become addicted to it. Like, dang, at
Mm-hmm.
first I was willing to settle with this part,
Mm-hmm.
but now I want to enhance this other part,
Right.
Nah, I
Yeah.
ain't settling with nothing. I'm gonna go all the way,
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it could be a matter of that too. Like, okay, I was just going with this part, but now let me see what else I can do. And I
Yeah.
know from what I researched from the what is it called, the BBLs or whatever,
Uh-huh.
which is
Mm-hmm.
one of the most dangerous surgeries that they
Right.
have, which I
Right.
didn't realize that until we started doing research. But sometimes some people need three different sessions for that
Mm-hmm.
because they have to
Yeah,
build on and
I
build
heard
on,
about
and I'm
that.
like, so
Yeah,
that's a risk.
right. Yeah, I heard about that to get I guess to get the actual shape that you want, or
Mm-hmm.
however, you have to go back like several times
Yeah,
because I guess like the first time it doesn't really shape the way it's supposed to be, and you need to go back and have it done. But yeah, that's a lot.
that's a
Yeah,
lot.
that's a
Yeah,
lot. That's
it's
a
a
lot
lot.
to go under, with anesthesia and stuff like that. Yeah, that's too much for me personally.
Like I said, I thought about it. I really considered it a time or two, especially like even before I had my daughter. My daughter is now way up there in age, way. So I'm going back in the 2000s before. I'm like, I
Hmm.
want my breast enhanced,
Hmm.
boom, not really looking at the dangers or researching the doctors or whatever.
Right.
But I want this done. So had the money set aside, and at the time I was in well, let me go back. I'm going back farther. So at the time, I was in Germany. So I
Hmm.
kind of researched doctors, but I really researched them, And
Yeah.
then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get it done. But it was always on my list to get it done. Something I knew I was
Uh-huh.
gonna get done. That's the only thing I ever want. Well, what I had
Yeah.
wanted. So then I had my daughter, and after her, I'm like, I know I'm going to get it done. Okay, because I had I had a
Hmm.
C-section with her, and then I breastfed my daughter. So of course that changes everything.
Hmm.
And even though my breasts got bigger, breastfeeding and carrying her, I'm still like, no, I want them bigger. Boom.
Hmm.
So looked into it while I was in Japan. And I remember one of my friend girls, she went and got hers done, and I did not know. And I was like, dang, why you didn't tell me? I got the
Hmm.
money right now saved up. So she was
Yeah.
like, let me know when you want to go back, and I'll go back with you. So just so happened, I did reach out, but something inside me was like, you know what? If something happened over there, one, you don't speak their language. Two, they can do
Hmm.
anything to your body.
Hmm.
You don't really know what they putting in your body. So I was
Yeah.
kind of like skeptical about it. And I'm like, okay, then a recovery. And I remember the kid's father ended up getting deployed. So I wouldn't have had nobody to stay with me during recovery. So that kind of saved me there. And then when he came back, he was like, you still want to go? I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh, I think so. But so much hadn't happened in from the tsunami to the earthquakes and all that. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm good. Now I did get my eyes done. And that is,
Hmm.
I guess it's a form of plastic surgery, the LASIK surgery,
Mom, you talking about the corrective?
corrective eye surgery.
Okay.
Well,
I
is it or
don't
is it
know.
not?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because I got that done when I came back to the States. Because honey, I was
Uh-huh.
blind as a bat,
Yeah.
and you could be standing in front of me, and you were like a big blur. So for myself, I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and get it done.
Hmm.
Really, I'm gonna go ahead and get it done. So with
What
that,
happened?
huh?
What happened?
So I'm gonna go ahead and get it done. And can you see the bottom of your screen, huh?
Huh?
Can you see the bottom of your screen? We have someone waiting to come into our studio. And for one, I want to say, please, no inappropriate, nothing inappropriate. Please don't. So I'm glad he exited out of it, but don't
Oh.
do nothing inappropriate. We're not on that. We are not. So we're
Okay.
a positive platform. If you come in to talk and say something, do that. But don't be coming showing no pictures and all that other stuff. We don't want to see that.
Yeah.
So sorry, y'all.
I seen where he had got off when you said that.
Yeah, I'm like, this is crazy. Who does this? But what was I saying? That just took me for a loop.
Oh, you
So
were
yeah, I did
talking
have
about
my
the eye
eyes done, and
surgery.
that was like a one whatever. And I'll tell you, like my vision, like right afterwards, because before it was horrible. You could be standing in front of me, and you would be so blurry. And I was like, okay, I want to get my eyes, whatever. I was paying so much for contacts because I had astigmatism. My vision was horrible. So when I came back to the States, the Panama City, I went ahead and had my eyes done, corrective surgery. And that was the best thing I've ever done. Because, honey, right afterwards, I could see 2015. And years later, I'm going to say it was about 16, 17 years later, my vision is still 2020. So I do know as with age, it can regress, but hey, I did that and it was a painless, type thing. I did have, a little recovery. I don't even know if that's a form of cosmetic surgery, but I did go ahead and do that. But as far as the other stuff, I chickened out. And I know one time I was like, Jessica, I want to get my thighs taken in. I want lipo on my thighs. He had paid my money. Jessica's gonna be there, be with me to recover, but I couldn't go through with it. But again, to each his own, and I'm like, let me work on this. And I got working out with Chelsea and some more girls, and my weight had dropped. And I'm like, I don't need that. Save my coins, And of course, now I'm like, okay, I need to get back in that groove, But again, teach his own. Some people like, what, I don't want to work out. Some people want to have what is it called, the belly band, where they do the where they get banded. What am I talking about?
The sleeve.
The sleeve, yes, to help them lose weight. Again, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Whatever helps that person. But again, just being very responsible and doing your research on it.
Yeah. So I think people too, when you were saying that with the working out, because child, I don't like to work out. I don't like to work out, and I got to work on my eating habits. But anyway, so people want a quick fix.
Yes.
Sometimes I understand you get with the vaginal. Oh Lord, I'm talking about the vaginal.
They do vaginal. They do vaginal plastic surgery.
That was not what I was.
But they do. But you got a point. Some people don't realize they do vaginal reconstruction.
Yeah, they do.
The penis extension, and also they can change, the gender. So people don't realize that, but they doing it all. I know men that have gone to get 6-packs because they're like, I'm not going to work out, but I want a 6-pack. So they go and have plastic surgery to get a 6-pack.
Right.
They doing it all. If you want it, they gonna do it. Change your tongue.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I was meaning the sleeve, the gastric sleeve. So that's what I was talking about. People want, and I know a lot of people have that done for health reasons. Even with liposuctions, even with tummy tucks, any of that stuff, it's a quick fix at that time, but you still have to keep it up. Yes. Like you still have to eat right. You still have to exercise. You still have to do those things that you would have to do before. It's just going to help you get there quicker. So that's what some people don't understand, because you can gain that weight right back and be back at square one if you don't do what is required or instructed for you to do.
That is so true. That is so true.
Yes.
But I know people that have had the sleeve, and one of my lawyers before, he had it done, and from my understanding, I think they did like 3 or 4 times. So like the first time he had it done, it was good, but then he didn't do what I guess was required as far as the eating and working out. So he put on weight. They did it again. But anyways, now he's like way bigger than he was before he even got it, before he had it, and nobody will operate on him anymore. He's a risk. Right. So it's like, dang, so he's paid all that money, went through all of that to just be where he's at plus,
Right. Yeah. So you still got to keep it up. You still got to eat right. You still have to exercise. You still got to do all those things. Again, it's a quick fix, but to help you get there faster, but you have to maintain it. So you still got to maintain it. Hey, Sean, good evening.
Yep, she said good evening. Hello. Thank you for joining us.
So the major types of cosmetic surgery. So the first one is breast augmentation, which is over 300,000 performed each year. I didn't know that. I would have thought I would have thought breast augmentation would be like the highest.
I didn't either. That's interesting that you mentioned that. Well, you know what? I can see that from back in the day. I really could, but I guess now I would have thought that the statistics would have changed, But I still can see that though.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, honey, anybody can have some of mine.
Anyway. Well, I won't look, but I ain't going under the thing, so we good.
Liposuction, nose
Huh.
reshaping, tummy tuck, and a facelift.
Okay.
So I think
With
the
the
facelift
facelift, though, they're
probably
gonna take
comes.
off some of, some of your double chin and stuff like that. Is
Mm-hmm,
that is that
mm-hmm.
is that what's gonna
And
happen?
tightening your face up, yeah, to make it,
Okay.
like more tight, youthful, or
Mm.
whatever. But I think I would have thought that wouldn't be, because a lot of people do Botox and stuff now.
Yeah, but that's probably not
So
considered plastic surgery, is it?
no.
Okay,
Mm,
that's probably
no,
why. Yeah, 'cause I know
not.
a lot of people to get the Botox too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then so the most talked about, which Pika has mentioned, is the BBL.
Girl, that's hot.
Yes.
Everybody got butts.
Yes. And so the BBL is a Brazilian butt lift. And what it is, it increases the size and shape of your butt by removing fat from other areas into your butt. So it's just
Mhm.
taking fat from wherever. You can have back fat, stomach fat, fat.
Arm
So it's
fat.
taking it and putting it in your butt to make it bigger. But like Pika said, it's one of the most dangerous types. So the reason why it's considered dangerous, because you're moving fat from different parts of your body, right?
Hmm.
You're injecting into your butt. So they call this a blind procedure because I guess I don't know if y'all ever looked at the cosmetic when they do the surgery, because sometimes I like looking at that stuff, just seeing it. And I
Yes.
actually have some surgeons on my Snapchat. So, when they post their stories, they can put up there, how they do the surgeries and all that stuff. So I watch that stuff sometimes. So if you ever see they suction the fat out, right, with the little thing they got, and then they inject it into the area. So I never knew it was called a blind procedure, because I guess they're really just going in blindly with that scope to inject that fat. So what can happen is that the surgeons can inject into a large vessel in the muscle, or if they go too deep, it can inject fat directly into the area, which can then cause a fat embolism. So with the fat embolism, that can cause death, which can occur within hours of the procedure or even on the operating table. So with the fat being directly injected into that vessel, it can travel from the heart. It can then travel to the heart and to the lungs, which can result in the death. So that is why it's one of the most dangerous, because actually the again, like I said, the surgeon, if y'all go look at it and go watch it, you will see where the surgeon is just actually injecting that fat. And some people don't understand, like, oh, it's just my fat going to a different part of my body. But you also need to know that your body can, even though it's your tissue that's going to a different part of
Can
your
reject it.
body can still reject
Hmm.
that tissue, meaning that your body is something foreign taken out of going into another area.
Hmm.
So it's considered foreign going into another part of your body. Even though it's your fat, even though it's your tissue, your body still may say, hey, this don't belong there, and
Hmm.
can cause other problems. So
Yep.
that's why it's always good to look at the risk and benefits. And just because it's a train that's going with these surgeries and all that stuff, I understand, again, to each his own, what you choose to do or what you feel like you need to do for yourself. But again, just please make sure you research, look at the data, look at the health risk and the benefits. Always consult with your physician, with those things, because it's very important to know exactly what you're doing. Just don't, if your friends say, hey girl, I went here and he was real good, you still do your
You gotta do your
research.
research. That's right.
Still do your research.
That
Yeah.
is so true. Yeah, because what work for them may
Mm-hmm.
not work for you, And again, just to be very
Mm-hmm.
thorough, because they're performing, like a major procedure on you, major
Right.
procedure. So,
Right, right.
oh, mm.
And then with the mommy makeover. So a makeover, I guess I didn't know it was like different things that you can have with a mommy maker, because I just automatically assumed it was just like a standard
No,
thing.
mm-mm. Nope. And each provider or each surgeon, they can determine what they want to put in their mummy makeover. Because
Mm-hmm.
again, when I was talking about going to get my breast done years ago in Thailand, I remember
Mm-hmm.
that's the first time I heard of a mummy makeover. And I think theirs at that time, because BBLs was not like a thing back then. We're talking about
Right, right.
17, 18 years ago, 19 years ago. So it was mainly like your breasts. I remember your arms, because you get the little fat flab under your arms,
Right. Mm-hmm.
But it was that, it was your breast augmentation, the stomach, the
Mm-hmm.
tummy tuck, and then it was your arms. Or he
Mm-hmm.
had the tummy tuck, the breast, and your God, what else was it? Was just tummy tuck, breast, and lipo for your thighs and stuff like that. And I remember, I mean, of course, we're talking that many years ago, but the price wasn't like all that bad. I remember that. But yeah, and then I see different packages. I have seen different packages where it involves different stuff. So some people let you customize your mommy makeover package, you know. So yeah, marketing tool, I'm sure, by calling it mommy makeover.
By calling
a marketing tool by calling it mommy makeover.
Right. So it can include the tummy tuck, the breast augmentation, the breast lift, the liposuction, and the vaginal rejuvenation surgery. So
that's a part of it now?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So what do they do during the vaginal reconstruction?
So I don't know. You know what? I watched a little clip of that too when somebody had it done. But I guess it's like make it look prettier, I guess.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's like I guess if somebody's not satisfied with how it looks, I don't know. I guess it's like with the labia area, which is the outside of, they tighten it. I don't know.
Interesting. I'm telling y'all, girl. I remember my daughter wanted to do that for her career choice, once she graduated and went to college and stuff. And I was like, okay, go ahead, girl. Because guess what? You're gonna be working on your mama. And she's like, well, you know what? You gotta cut off with that. She's like, I ain't gonna be done with school by the time you reach that magic age. But she since changed what she wants to major in. Now she's in what is it, anesthesiology or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm rooting for that too. But that plastic surgery sounded kind of good because I'm thinking like, how old would I be? Okay, go back.
But she'll probably get discounts
without melanin.
She'll probably get discounts too, being an anesthesiologist. I mean, if she works for me, because she'll work with different surgeons.
I'm talking about at that time. I was talking about for me.
But I'm saying it may be a family discount type.
Girl, I ain't having that done now. Girl, that was years ago when I talked about that. We good. Girl, no, we good. But that was years ago. I'm like, yeah, sign me up, my baby.
Sign you up for it.
Yeah, I'm good. I've educated myself since. So
yeah.
When Sean says tighten, it's to tighten it as well. Oh, okay. I can see how people would pay then. I'll see. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Well,
so yeah, after having babies, you need to have it rejuvenated.
Girl, get it done. Sean said, I thank God I never wanted to change my body through any forms of surgery. And that's good. And that's a blessing there. Because you don't hear that too often.
Yeah.
And Chelsea, she went in and gave us some stars earlier. And thank you so
Chelsea.
much for sending stars. We appreciate your support.
Yes.
Yep, thank you. All right. So sorry, Jessica, go ahead, hon.
Oh no, you're fine. And so then liposuction has the worst recovery time. I wouldn't have thought that. It says it
for real? For lipo?
For liposuction.
How many months is the BBL recovery?
I think that's like just some weeks. I don't think it's maybe like a month, maybe, or 6 weeks. I don't think it's that long.
Because I would have thought, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the BBL and the mommy makeover actually is that long. Because I want to say I've seen people out in like 4 weeks with those.
With the BBL.
I think.
Shaking and twerking and all that stuff.
Don't quote me on that.
So they are shaking and twerking within that time frame?
Now, I don't know if they was doing all that, but they was like out and doing that. I mean, I don't know if they was twerking and shaking. Now, I don't know if they was doing, out, and being out and about pretty much.
Wow.
But I would have never thought the liposuction would be 3 months though.
I wouldn't either. That's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah.
Maybe it depends on whatever. James King, thank you for joining us.
Hey, James. Hey,
yeah, he started laughing, but it's the truth. Like, that's what they do. And I tell you, it moves different. Whitney Goodman says, hello, everyone. Hey. But to me, it's a little bit different. I'd be like, okay, now sometimes depending on how they do it, like you can sit down and be like, okay, she didn't have this done, she didn't have that done. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes some doctors overdo it where it don't look natural, but some girls don't want it looking natural. They want it to be, and I'm like the same stuff that, no offense, but that they kind of shamed us for, right? They paying for it. I'm like, we gotta walk in our beauty, what God gave us, honey. They talked about our big lips. They going to get fillers. Come on, we got natural big lips. Come on. They talked about our big butts. They paying for this. Like, come on, y'all. We naturally beauty. Yeah. So I don't know. That's just what I'm on. Like, I'm glad I got this melanin in my skin. I can get a little bit more, but like they paying for it, but they so criticize us. I mean, going back to how they did, put us like on the advertisement for Ain't You Mama Balls. You know what I'm saying? The big lips. Come on. Y'all want these big lips now.
But back in the days, the skinny was in. Like skinny was
there you
in.
Go. Yep.
And when I look back, I've never been skinny. But when I did lose weight, especially like back in high school, and I look back at pictures, then I'm like, oh my gosh, if I ever got back down to that size, now people would think I was like anorexic or bulimic or something.
Girl.
Because I was like, and even then, because I guess it's now versus how people, like the thickness is in now.
Yes.
So I guess now versus how I was then, I was probably in those days, I was still considered thick. But looking back, I'm like, oh, I was just too small.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. That is so true. And it's funny that you had that situation going on with you, right? I'm gonna call it a complex, right? Because I call mine a complex. But me back in there, I remember around the same time frame, we've been friends forever.
Yeah.
They said I was too skinny. They used to compare me to olive oil, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, looking back, I really wasn't skinny, but I remember I wanted to gain weight. I wanted to be thick, because thick is what was in, girl. I will never forget. I started working at Dairy Queen. Girl, that summer my grandma from the South, now y'all remember, cooking them collard greens, girl, and cornbread. I was eating collard greens, cornbread, going to sleep on ice cream, blizzards, girl. And I had to got thick. So when I went back to school, then at school year, they're like, okay, people thick. I'm like, all right, cool. So knowing looking back, I really wasn't thick, you know what I'm saying? But I had put on a little weight. So it's interesting that, like you said, how you viewed yourself and then how I view myself. Because I'm trying to get thick. You like, okay, you were bigger, but in reality, we were good,
Yeah.
Well, take me back those days.
We had 5'7". But then I was 5'7". Remember they had that clothing store?
Oh my girl.
And I was so happy when they started getting size 11s in there. I was like, yes.
I ain't gonna tell you what size I was
happy.
Girl. But that was the store. I remember them shoot outfits they had, salt and pepper, where they had the little split up the middle.
Yes.
The girl had went to school with that one day, girl. And I looked a mess. I looked like, girl, like a flagpole. No shape, no neck. I'm like, give me that. I would take it,
Yes.
And Sean said that was her store. And Sequoia, hey Sequoia, thank you for joining us. He said skinny ain't never been in for me. There you go. See? And there's some people that knew what they liked. I'm saying some people don't want a skinny girl, so I got it. Yeah. And James said shaking and twerking too soon.
Yes, too soon. They was outside too soon after the surgeries.
Yeah, they was happy for that butt lift, girl. They said they didn't pay for it. They finna get it going.
Right. Pants down.
And even if you don't know how to shake twerk or whatever, girl, you get that BBL, it's gonna move. You ain't even gotta know how to do it. The butt gonna move. And people like, ooh, like, okay, got it. That's how, boy. I'm sorry. This how we just be talking.
Yes. Girl, but yeah, then surgeries and stuff was not in then. They weren't. I mean, they probably was in, but it wasn't like talked about like that.
Try when we were in we were in high school. I'm showing our age, but no.
Yeah.
We just kind of worked with what we had, and deal with what we could do. And I remember going out, girl, walking around the walking park and in a hot sweatsuit. Now this was years after I had to gain my weight, y'all. Then I tried to lose some. Burn up. I'm like, why do I listen to these people? Why?
So like, girl, I never went back in high school. I never went on a diet. I lost weight because I was just going. I really didn't eat because I was moving so much. I was doing so much. I never was home. I was just going. So when I ate, it was just like sometimes I would forget to eat, because it's just like my mind went on that. But now it's like I wake up in the morning what I'm having for lunch. But for real. But I never went on a diet or nothing like that. Back in high school, it just came off. But again, with me, my metabolism was up.
Our metabolism was better. Yeah. Because I did try to lose, it was years after. I think I was grown in, and my metabolism probably still wasn't bad. I can't even say it was a diet. It was more it was getting ready for an event. That's what it was. But I was grown. So yeah. Had a flashback moment. So James King said, what if a dude get abs sculpted, airbrushed, and fake leg muscles? How is that viewed?
Now they shame the men. I ain't even finna lie. They do.
I think
I
so,
never
but the
really
thing
met
is, so
nobody, huh?
no, go ahead.
I never really, I don't know, because I think whatever, I don't think I would like be like, oh, he done went and had this done or whatever. Because I know, again, like I said, I watch the show, so people do have, like, if they have male breasts, you know, they go have that surgery
Mm-hmm.
done, you know, for different reasons. So I know I never viewed it different. But I
So the
know
males
some
that I
men.
do know that had it, and a lot of guys in the Air Force, believe it or not, they would go have it done. That's when I first heard about it.
Uh-huh.
And they may be trying to pass their PT test, or they
Mm-hmm.
just, hey, don't, just don't have it. And the first time I remember seeing or hearing and even knowing of, I was like, this is kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But looking back, they're not doing anything different than females doing. They want their
Right.
abs. So hey, they going to get the surgery. I mean, they put them abs in it. It looked like the ones I did see, it looked like they were in the gym working out. So now
Yeah.
they can go fake it, be like, yeah, I be working out all the time. That's how I got my abs.
Right.
In reality, them abs were put there.
Yeah.
I don't know what these guys look like afterwards, because like I said, this was years ago, and I do know they did that, and to get their waistline down, because
Mm-hmm.
their waistline had to be within a certain circumference or whatever to be able to
Mm-hmm.
pass their fit test. So people was actually going to pay this to have it done to pass their fit test, so they wouldn't get
Yeah.
kicked out or get reprimanded for not being able, being fit, ready for action, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think nobody looked at it any different. I don't think. But I can see why he would probably be concerned. Like, will it be shamed? Now the
Mm-hmm.
fake leg muscles.
I ain't know they
Ooh,
do
I
that.
don't know. Let's see how that look.
I know. I think that'll. I mean, as long as I guess if you fit your body, but I just when you said, I just got the impression of like frog legs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, when they getting it put on. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah, if
too
they
much.
got the fake muscles in their legs. Like,
But
look, you know how frog legs they look very muscular.
frog legs, I'm thinking about the frog legs. I have ate on like the cruise ships and
Maybe
stuff,
I'm
but
thinking about,
not.
girl. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking that like a cartoon frog
I
leg. I
think you.
don't
I think
know.
you thinking about the princess.
That's
No,
probably what I'm thinking about. Yeah.
yeah, no, frog. I mean, maybe one part is kind of like that, and the rest, but I don't know what you're
I
thinking
don't
about,
know.
girl.
I don't know.
But
But
if it's
yeah.
proportional, I guess it's all right. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it was proportionate. You know, men wear waist trainers.
They
So
do.
they wear the waist trainers to get, their midsection down. So I
Yeah.
don't see nothing wrong. I mean, if you feel like you need it done, you know.
Get the little arm muscles, all that. Get ready. They can want to
Right.
go get in a bodybuilding contest with all this stuff, enhanced stuff.
Yeah.
Girl, whatever. Everything is on the table now. People change their eye color. You remember Tiny? Ti
Yeah.
did that, and I was like,
And they talked about,
dang.
yeah. The T I thought was just tiny, and then her daughter did it.
Her daughter did it, but I remember she came on there and said that her daughter's it rejected. So
Okay.
yeah, it didn't take,
Okay.
but yeah. So I mean,
Okay.
that's your vision, kind of.
Right.
And then Sean said some people go overboard with surgeries, and I agree.
Yeah.
They get that
They
in them and
do.
like, shoot, want to keep going back. Got under the knife,
Mhm.
like, what else can I get sculpted?
Yeah, yeah. I think, and to me, I don't like how surgeons will keep doing, because then it becomes just let me get this money. And
Yes,
I think it should be a cutoff. When you notice somebody is having too much done and they starting to look like a mess, I mean, as a medical professional, I think they should be like, hey, we're gonna cut it off here. I understand you want to come back to me, but I'm not doing it anymore, or something like that. I think it
ethically,
should be like a cutoff point when it becomes obsessive, because like I said, it can become an addiction and people just want to keep going back home because they feel like, I don't know, I can't speak what people feel like. I feel like they feel like that they're not, it's still something wrong,
yeah.
you know.
Ethically, that would be the right thing to do. But then remember, we're in a world where it's all about the dollar bill. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Well, if this
right,
surgeon won't do it, guess what? I'm gonna go to this other surgeon and have this
right.
done.
They will do
And
it.
yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
that other surgeon only gonna know what the person tells them that's been done. You know what I'm saying? So if they
Right.
go in there and be like, "Hey, I've never had any cosmetic surgery,"
Mm-hmm.
unless
Mm-hmm.
if that new surgeon is gonna put them under whatever to see if anything is fake in there or to see, they're really not gonna know, and they're not gonna go through all that work to see if you've had anything done. That's just like if you
Right.
got a medical condition. They're not going to go back. Some of them are not going to go back too far to see if you got
Mm-hmm.
that medical condition or not. They just
Right.
want the money, and that's the unfortunate thing about it.
Yeah.
And it
Mm-hmm.
may be look a
And
mess to us, but maybe it's beautiful to them. Maybe they're just
right. And that's why it's so important. If you got a medical condition, medications, whatever, that you tell all of that information, because if it's something that you have and in that position go in there and do something and you didn't disclose that information to them, it's not their fault because you
that's right.
didn't tell them, So it's very important. Don't just like beat around the bush and not say nothing because you want to have something done, because this is your life and
Mm-hmm.
your health that you are putting at risk and putting in the hands of somebody else that is trusting you to give them all your medical information when you're going to have these procedures done. And again, like Pika say, you may have one physician to say, no, I'm not going to touch you, because of certain condition, and you have another one like, yeah, come on, I'll do it. Even if they say they'll do it, ask like of reviews of somebody that they've done with that same medical condition, or the risk and benefits behind it. Even if you have a medical condition, if you go ahead and have this done, ask the questions. Don't just be in a rush to want to get something done and don't ask the questions. Still ask questions and figure
Mm-hmm.
out, because I know the BMI is important too with
Oh
surgery.
yeah.
Yeah, so they want a lot of physicians, if you're over a certain weight, with your BMI, they will require you to lose weight before having the surgery done.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's another thing
That is
that you
so
may want to
true.
look at too. Mm-hmm.
That is so true. We'll go to the comments real quick. Sequoia say y'all play too much. We just being ourselves. We are very
Yeah.
transparent and again being ourselves. So y'all getting it for sure. So getting the real us. And James King, he started laughing. And then he said they
Take
get
care.
fake calf muscles.
Oh, dang.
I can't even imagine that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
Right.
And Sean says social media, and that is so true.
Mm-hmm.
Social media is going, it's good and bad. And James King said every BBL I've seen in person has looked very obvious and terrible. At some point, people have to learn to just love themselves, and that's true. And then
Mm-hmm.
the thing too with a lot of these surgeries, and Mika says, "Hello, y'all.
Hey,
Hey,
Mika.
hun. Glad you finally joined us." But a lot of them require the patient to go back and do like I guess tune-ups or touch-ups or whatever. And I think
Mm-hmm.
some people just get in the mind frame, okay, I've had this done, so I'm good now, or
Mm-hmm.
unless something happens. But in reality, you can be putting yourself at risk of something else that could develop, from a cancer, tumors, who knows, by not going back and following the right protocol. So a lot of people
Right.
don't take into consideration the cost, right? That it's going to cost 5-10 years down the line if you have to go back to have it touched up or to go back and have the implants or whatever is done changed out or anything.
Right.
And
Right.
mind you got to factor all that into your cost. Like right now, it's going to cost me, I'm just making up a number, I don't know, $10,000 to get my breast done. But in
Mm-hmm.
5 years, they want me to come back, take these out, and to get them replaced. So now you got to pay to have it taken out and to get it replaced. So all
Right.
that factors in there. So it's like I don't think a lot of people look into that. They're like, I'm gonna get it, and I'll deal with that when that time comes. But we
Mm-hmm.
never know, what life is
When
gonna
that time. Yeah.
yeah, how our life is going to be, but just try to
Mm-hmm.
factor in. You got to put it in a separate account and just forget about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, maybe I don't know, your man paying for it. Tell him to go ahead and give you that up front. Ask for all of it, and you put it up. You know what I'm saying? Because who knows where that's going to be either. So you just got to
Yeah.
think fast forward ahead of time.
Yeah, you definitely have to think of the long run behind. And that's something you may ask the physician. What is the upkeep? When do I need to have this done? Or what do I need to do years down the line? Because again, if your body rejects it, you may have to have it taken out. So
Yes,
those
yes.
are certain those are the things that you want to look for as well. And then according to the Mayo Clinic, possible complications from any surgical procedure includes complications from anesthesia, being put under, pneumonia, blood clots, rarely death, infection at the incision site, which may worsen scarring and require additional surgery, fluid buildup underneath the skin. And that information is found on the mayoclinic.org. Um, so a lot of those things comes with your post-op care, as far as after you have the surgeries done. Pneumonia is a big thing. I know they may give you pain medication while you're after surgery. Um, with pain medication, not moving
Mm-hmm.
around as much, you can develop pneumonia. So there are different things that you can do to help that. You want to increase your activity, but slowly. Again, you go by your recommendations of your physician with that, of what they recommend. A lot of times they give like the compression stockings or the SCDs, which is the compression devices when you're in the hospital. Most important thing, they have recovery houses as well.
Yes, yes, yes.
So after your surgery, I know sometimes people just want to go home, but also look into your post-op care as far as recovery houses. I know you have to get the massages, which helps with the lymphatic system, your blood circulation, and all that stuff. I've seen sometimes too where people actually have to go in and have draining done, where the extra fluid builds up underneath their skin. So they have to put like these little needles in to drain that fluid out so it does not build up. So those are things that you have to look into your post-procedure, making sure you get the right post-op care. Go ahead and have your massage therapist set up that can do your tissue massages. Go ahead and have your post-op appointments. Make sure you follow up with your appointments. Don't just make an appointment and don't go back.
I know, right? Go get it
Right.
done and don't go back. Like, shoot, I'm out of here. I got this done. I'm feeling okay.
Right.
That blood cause
Exactly.
is very, very serious, and it travels, throughout your body.
Mhm.
So it may be in one spot. You may not even know you have one, and it can travel up to your brain or elsewhere, your
Right.
heart and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So it's very, very important for follow-up care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is very, and wear your garments, what the fajas, like you're supposed to wear when you have, after you have, what is it, the tummy tuck or the BBL?
Is
I don't know.
that
The
that's like a
fajas.
what? That's like a Spanx?
Yeah, the fajas is like the corset type that holds everything in.
Girl, I was gonna get that just to wear anyways. You know what I'm saying? I
Well,
ain't
no,
had no
I got
surgery.
one. I got
Okay,
one
I'm about to say I
too.
was gonna get one just to wear anyways to help get my stomach back down, because girl, it ain't looking like I wanted to. So
But yeah, they recommend that you wear that after procedure. And I think, like, I know the boards. I'm not for sure, but I know people wear the boards too in the front and back that you have to wear. So again, you make sure you follow up with your recommendations from your physician, because I know I've seen some people, they went and had surgery and they didn't wear none of the stuff. I just seen them all the time. Just they ain't have none of the stuff on.
So how did it look though? Like when you seen them later, like months or years later, how did it look? It looked
It
okay?
really didn't like they had anything done.
Wasted money and time.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
Mm.
So you have to, and that's the thing, like after you have the surgery, you have to make sure you do the upkeep on it. You have to make sure that you do the things that you're supposed to do to look like you want, you're going in there and wanting to look. Like
Yes.
you can't just say, oh, I'm gonna get this done and I'm done now. You have to take care of
Put in that
yourself
work.
afterwards. Afterwards, you
Mhm.
gotta take care of yourself. Even with making sure, again, making sure you know the signs and symptoms of infections after having with your scarring, with your incisions. If you start having a bad odor, if it start leaking, if it opens back up, you have to go back and get that, because they're going to have to either watch it or go back in and put another staple in or a stitch in, whatever they have to hold that incision in place. So you have to make sure you look at your post-op instructions and follow those instructions of the things. Don't be at home and say, I'm just going to watch it a few more days and see how it go. If you start noticing swelling around that site, if it gets red, if it gets real sore, the pain starts to increase, you can't move your legs, just different things that that don't feel right. Your body. So if you feel like your body is going through something it shouldn't be going through, call 911, go to the ER, and then, make sure you call your doctor, but follow those instructions. Some things that the physician may want you to have done before having your surgery is a consultation. So you
Yes.
always want to make sure you go to that doctor so that y'all can discuss what type of outcome you're expecting. I know a lot of times don't they ask like what type of shape you may want, or different things like that. I know when I went to my consultation for when I went a long time ago for my breast reduction, they do ask like, what am I looking for? Like what size, and different things like that. So make sure you go for that to do the consultation, and make sure it's a board certified physician. Again, we talked about medical history. They may want blood work, x-rays, EKGs, which monitor your heart rhythm, talking about your medications. And then this list is just a suggestion of the things that you may need to have done pre-op. But of course, when you go for your consultation, they'll let you know everything else that may need to be done
Yeah.
before then. And then we talked about the post-op care. We talked about that. Eating healthy, follow-up visits. A site that's very good is plasticsurgery.org. They
Mm-hmm.
can give you information on that site, as far as any type of information, additional information before you go have surgery, what you may need to look for. Again, monitor your wounds for any infections, avoid activities that may cause wounds or incisions to separate, increase activity slowly and as recommended by the surgeon. You want to wear your post-op garments, and I spoke about monitor for any increase of pain, swelling. If you start having difficulty with breathing or chest pain, that may be a sign of a blood clot in your lungs or somewhere. It may be a sign for pneumonia. So you also want to make sure you go talk to your physician or go to the ER for that. And then also notify your physician and return to the ER if you have any conditions that will arise. And then again, it's very important to follow your post-op instructions
Yes, yes, yes,
if you
yes.
have it done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, follow your post-op instructions.
Can't stress that part enough. That part. And if you
Right.
feel like something's not right, call them. I don't care if they feel like, you're aggravating them or hey, whatever. Again, that's
Mm-hmm.
very important because we're talking about your life on the line. So at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, you know your body. They don't. They probably do a
Right.
million procedures, I don't know, in a month, and you're just
Mm-hmm.
another number to them. So again,
Mm-hmm.
hey, this ain't right. Let me follow up. Even if you gotta get
Right.
down there to them, like I don't know. But continue to follow up, continue to
Mm-hmm.
go. And something's not right because again, our life depends on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. And ask questions. Again, it's very important before you go. Like we said, ask questions beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Even find out how many cases your surgeon do in a day. That's
That's
important
true.
too. You don't want them operating on you and you number 5 down the line of surgeries and he tired and half stepping or something like that. So you ask questions like, how many surgeries do you do a day? And
That's true. And it's
just
the end of the week, and he probably done. And he get
right,
up there and it's Friday evening. He's thinking about what he gonna do for the weekend, go out on his yacht.
right,
And he just like,
yeah,
let me hurry up and do this. Da 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 da. Boom.
yeah,
Nah.
mm-hmm,
Very
mm-hmm,
important. Yeah, because
yeah,
overworked, being overexerted.
mm-hmm,
That's important. So like, no,
right,
I
yeah.
want to be there Monday morning at 8 o'clock, early if I
Right, the
can.
first one. Let me be number one. You be refreshed and
Oh, you know what? Maybe I only
whatever.
want to be number one because number one, they may still need to get that weekend out of them. You know what I'm
Oh, the
saying?
weekend or the weekend out.
There
Okay.
you go. Let me probably be number three on Monday, but I don't want to go past number three.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's really no rhyme or reason. If they're a good surgeon, all jokes aside, they're going to definitely be on their game, have your health, your
Mm-hmm.
future health, at first, first priority. It's
Mm-hmm.
not going to be about them making the dollar. It's going to be about, okay, let me know your medical history. Well, no, I cannot
Right.
operate on you due to that. Making
Right.
sure that you're following all his pre-op instructions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Getting the blood work done, getting tests done, all of that type of stuff, not going overboard, telling you stuff you may not want to hear, and taking a
Mm-hmm.
chance that, hey, I'm not telling this person what they want to hear. If they come back, I'm good. If they don't, I'm okay,
Yeah.
because at the end of
Mm-hmm.
the day, they know they have been 100% transparent with you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
again, and that right there, to me, honesty, transparency goes very,
Yes.
very far. Like, don't just tell me what I want to hear. Don't tell me you can
Right.
do this and do that, but my health may be at jeopardy.
Right.
No. Mm-mm.
And you know what? And it's so crazy that people don't like transparency. And it's just like general with, working in the hospital. People will get upset at a physician because that physician was just being real and upfront with them. And I have to tell them, and I'll be honest, I'm like, you want a physician that's real and upfront.
Yes.
You don't want a physician that's going to sugarcoat and make it sound good. And then later on down the line, you're like, well, he didn't tell me this and da 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 da.
That's true.
You want a physician to say, hey, this is what I think. And, and some people take it as being rude.
Mm-hmm.
But in that line right there, you just got to take it for what it is and hear the truth,
That's
and
true.
don't be upset because it's not what you want to hear. And I think people have a hard time of wanting to hear the truth, but that's what they
Mm-hmm.
need to hear.
That's what they need to hear. That's true. That is so true.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know how to take the truth. Constructive criticism, like, let me
Mm-hmm.
know. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
people fall out because of that, because they don't want to hear
Yeah.
nothing about the truth. If you are
Right.
down in them, or you saying something that's not music to their ears, they want to tune you out. Or bump that. I
Mm-hmm.
ain't going to them, or bump that. She ain't my friend.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
respect them for being honest and transparent.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
mhm. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Yes.
Do y'all have any more questions or comments about the
Trying to make sure I
cosmetic
went through all of
surgery?
our comments, questions that
Okay.
we've had. Making sure I got everybody down. But go ahead, Jessica. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying if anybody had any more questions or comments or anything.
Tamika said something about the BBL. I don't know what hers is in reference to, but something about the
Okay.
BBL. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, we decided to bring this on because I know it's been a again it's a trending thing with the surgeries and stuff, and sometimes people don't, again they just like, oh, I want to have this done, so let me go find somebody.
Mm-hmm. And
Or
sometimes it could be driven by, whoever you're with. Say you with a dude and he like, you know what, girl, your butt's starting to sag, or,
Mhm,
let's go do this, you know what I'm
mhm.
saying? But at the end of the day, you got to put your life at forefront, This is what
Right.
he want, but again, he may be willing to pay for it, but if he's loving you and accepting you, he should accept you for who you are, where you are, Because at the end of
Mhm.
the day, he gonna get old. His stuff ain't gonna sit the same. So you going through all this, you know what I'm saying, to make
Right.
him happy. But what is he doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, come
Mhm.
on, we're putting our health at risk. And I do
Yeah.
know one of the, K Michelle, right? She went on and she did went in on it, because I remember when she first came out, people were on her talking about her butt, and how it
Mhm.
looked this. I think she went in and had hers taken out due to
Yeah, she
health
did.
issues, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and for her to get on live and say, "Hey, this is what was going on when I went and got it done. This is the surgeon who did it. Didn't know this, didn't know that, but the problems that it was causing." So,
Right.
and that's serious too, because we don't consider that. So it's like, is it worth it? Is it really worth it? I know after COVID, girl, everybody was getting those stimulus checks and stuff. People like, I got the money now. I'm gonna go get
Oh,
this done, get
right.
that done.
Yeah.
I ain't knocking them. I miss you. If y'all good, you good. But they made a lot of money during that time. We're
Yeah,
supposed
they
to be in the
did.
house covered up because of COVID. Everybody out getting their work done. Like,
Because I think a
dang.
lot of surgeons too, they had like the specials going on, and
Yes.
especially afterwards, because
Mm-hmm.
people weren't going and having procedures, and a lot of places were shut down. So it's like, let us run these specials to get people back in here. Yeah.
Yes. And people on lockdown, people come back out like, boom, I'm new. Like, they ain't been
Hmm.
working out, girl. So,
Yeah.
yeah, nah,
Yeah.
I've been working out. Okay, let's make it
Right.
make sense. I didn't realize you can put that on a payment plan with, what is it called? Like,
Care credit.
yeah, care credit. I'm like, what?
Hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
care credit you can use for any type of, well, places that accept it, like for dental work, different things
Okay.
you can use care credit for, like braces, any type of
Okay.
procedure stuff that accept.
Medical, medical.
It's a
Okay.
medical credit card, yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
Well, info. Good to know.
So yeah, if
Good
you
to
need
know.
something done, other than like cosmetic surgery, and you need, if your place, whatever, accepts it, yeah, you can always sign up for care credit
Mm-hmm.
to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome. Well, girl, I don't know. I guess we're gonna channel it up. I think it was a great discussion. It definitely needed.
Yes.
Just to provide
Mm-hmm.
insight. So we do have our fun discussions. We have our, then we try to, again, educate. Provide, insight on what's trending. We just go from one to the next. But
Right.
since that happened, and it is unfortunate. That it definitely happened. But again, we hear it and we see it, and I know with her, because she was a public figure, very respected, popular public, um, figure, it definitely touched a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So again, like, what can we do? How can we have an impact, a positive impact? Again, educate, just provide insight, get people opinions on this, because it's going to go on regardless. It's here. They're
Right.
coming up with all these different procedures. I don't see it going anywhere. But again, we have to educate ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And by us doing that, educating us, we want to try to reach back out and educate you all too. Because
Right.
again, we in this together, like it or
Mm-hmm.
not. So we are in this together. So trying to be that positive reinforcement for others too, and provide that platform for others, because again, it's not going anywhere. And some of us
Right.
got kids coming up, in this time frame, in this day and age, and we may not want them to do it, but hey, they're their own person too, or
Right.
God kids, or just kids that we know in general. So again, can we get the information so we can pass on to others, because hey, even though you may be impartial about it, or you may not be impartial, you may be for it, at least we'll have the information. Because
Right.
again, knowledge is priceless. Having that knowledge and
Yes.
getting the resources, not being afraid to stand out or to step up and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm thinking about doing, and being educated so that way you will know, where to go and where to get the information.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mika said, wait, what was that? What was that? LOL about the care credit. LOL.
Oh,
Okay, respond about the care credit.
so the care credit is a medical credit card, and I know some, like if you need to have something done that may cost, X amount of money, it may be higher than usual. Then you can apply if that place accepts it. You can apply for the care credit, and now you usually can do it in whatever office you're at, or they can give you like an online to go on there and do it online. But it's like pretty much a medical credit card where you can get stuff, procedures and stuff done. They'll approve you for X amount of money if it's used like to cover or whatever. And then you may just want that certain amount that whatever you're trying to get, just have that part covered. So it's just like a medical credit card. Medical credit card.
Yeah.
Yes. Medical. So next week we're gonna come back on Tuesday, which we know is 4th of July. But we're still gonna come back on at our same time. So if y'all are not busy with festivities on that night, please join us. Um, yeah. So we'll be back on Tuesday, the 4th.
Yes, the fourth, and at our regular time. So we hope y'all join us, and
Mm-hmm.
we will have the topic. We'll post it well in advance. So in the midst of that, if y'all do have a topic or anything you would like for us to cover or talk about, let us know. We have one in mind. And what topic are we going to go with? If more than likely we're going to go with. What was that topic, Jessica?
Well, I know people probably have seen where the mother and the son was at the restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
and the 14-year-old, which is the mother's son, came in because it was another guy that was in the restaurant that was abusing his mom. So he came in and he ended up killing the dude. So it has been a trending topic in this past week because it just happened. What's today? Tuesday. I think it
Yeah.
happened over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it was a big controversy. Like it was a controversy, pretty much of I think people were staying your ground, and then it was at first. I think when it first happened, people just thought that the 14-year-old was going to get a whole lot of time. But actually, the charges and all that stuff got dropped. So we're gonna plan on talking about that Tuesday if we don't have another topic that may come up.
Yes. Okay. I'm for it. So we hope y'all join us. And yeah, same place. Same time. And again, we are on all different avenues of social media. So we are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, Twitch, IG, Twitter. And if I'm forgetting one, Jessica, jump in. But we're there. So please tell a friend, like, share,
TikTok.
follow. TikTok. Yep. Like, share, follow. We're here. We're here for it.
Yeah.
So I am looking forward to next week, and we hope that you will join us back here again, because we definitely love to have you all. And for those who have returned, our past viewers, we thank you.
Yes.
And everyone that's new, we thank you for taking out your time and coming, giving us a few minutes, joining us, being a part of the Topeka and Jessica Live. So we
Yes.
thank you all. It's
Thank you.
definitely a blessing. So yes, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Mika said, I need the stomach going. So it sounds to me, y'all, like we do have someone that we definitely, have kind of like, provided information to. And what is it called? The FUPA. The FUPAs are, they made a song about that not long. Lizzo. And people
Mm-hmm.
engage in that, girl. So I mean, you gotta weigh your options. Do you want to stomach going? You want to keep the fupa? Because people loving the fupas, girl. Like, yeah, that Lizzo song on it. They say they love the fupas. And you go in Jamaica, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Whew, I don't know. So I mean, I don't know. But yeah, girl, we gotta do some sit-ups or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But they do have the care credit, like Jessica said. And I mean, you'll get it
Mm-hmm.
gone instantly, girl. Get that, girl. I don't know. Gonna have to watch out for you.
Right.
She said, y'all not shooting fireworks.
Tomorrow, she's tomorrow the 4th of July with us coming back on live.
Mika.
I had thought about taking the kids, but then my baby, she ain't too fond of fireworks, and I don't like to be down there in the crowds and stuff like that. And last year I was able to see, because my neighborhood, they be shooting fireworks all night long. So last year we like kind of much stood in the yard and watched the fireworks. So
Well, for me, Juneteenth just passed, and I was planning to do fireworks for Juneteenth, right?
mm-hmm.
I didn't get around to it. You know, life happened. Unfortunately, I did not get a chance to do fireworks for Juneteenth. So to answer your question, I'm not doing fireworks for 4th of July because I ain't even doing it for Juneteenth. I'm sorry. My freedom, my ancestor freedoms was on Juneteenth, not the 4th of July. So with that said, I'm not. I'll watch them for free from the house. I mean, we'll partake in that. Or I may go and watch them, but I mean, I ain't going to watch them. I'm watching from my house. So we good, but I'm not paying to shoot them on that day. Nah, we good, baby girl. We good. Juneteenth, June 19th. Next year, we're going to go big. Letting y'all know we barbecuing. We doing everything we doing on 4th. We doing it Juneteenth. I don't know about y'all, but that's what I'm doing. But hey, that's me. I might even, let me go back like a few years with me and my kids sitting outside and we had our Juneteenth shirt. This was years and years ago, but it is a federal holiday, y'all. It is a federal holiday.
Yeah, it's a holiday.
So, sorry. Oh my, laugh out loud. And your freedom is every day, but you're absolutely correct. But we're not going to get on that discussion, boo-boo. Your freedom is every day and mine is too. But, yeah, they go a little deeper. So she said, I shoot them at the house. Laugh out loud. Y'all don't remember that episode on my porch.
No, what happened on your porch?
Yeah, what happened, girl?
Now, if it's something happened on your porch, you don't need to shoot it, Mika. Lord. But yeah, I don't think we may do something that day. I don't know, depending on how the weather be and if it's too hot and all that stuff.
That is
It
true.
rained. It rained here Juneteenth. That's why it rained. It ended up raining that afternoon, I think. Yeah, that's why I stayed. And something else happened that day. When was that, on a Monday? Juneteenth.
What? Juneteenth? I know y'all, girl, my grandson. Juneteenth was on, like I said, I was out of, yeah, it was Monday. I think that's what threw a lot of people off too, the rain, you know?
Yeah.
But again, to each his own. It's one thing too that I don't know. I know a lot of people follow the trend on different stuff. I've never been a trend follower. Like I said, we've been celebrating Juneteenth for a while in my household, but to each his own. I used to celebrate 4th of July. We used to get all dressed up, red, white, and blue. But then I became woke, as they say, right? I don't know, but I mean, again, to each his own. I'm not knocking nobody. Y'all go buy y'all fireworks, fire y'all fireworks, do whatever y'all gonna do on the 4th of July. She just asked, was I celebrating? And I just said, not buying fireworks. She had no ask, well, we're gonna shoot fireworks. And I'm saying, I ain't shooting no fireworks. But hey, to each his own. Yep, I love y'all though. I love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. And DeMarcus says we need to start something different for Juneteenth instead of barbecuing fireworks. And I agree. What are your ideas, DeMarcus?
Yes. Yeah, I think we did. Yeah.
And Mika said, I never really looked at it like that for the 4th. I mean, it's real. It's real. So we want to go back and claim different stuff, but we got to become educated on our history, you know, because it's way deeper than that. You know, again, what day did we become free? What day did we become free? And I mean, it's nothing, whatever. But again, if we don't take a stand and, you know, stand on it, who is, you know, it got to start with us first.
A lot of things got to start with us, not just Juneteenth.
No, a lot of things, but it does have to start with us. That's what a lot of, you're absolutely correct. Yeah. You're right. But since that was a topic, that's why I brought that up. So yeah, but it does. Yeah, we can't expect nobody else to do it. So we gotta do it ourselves.
Right.
Just like us starting this live. You know, we could have waited for somebody else to do it, but we're like, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and do this live, provide a platform, you know? Just like we started this live, we could have waited for someone else to do it, but we decided to go ahead and stand up and just do it and provide a platform for others for different stuff, you know. So
yeah, I didn't know. I found out about Juneteenth. it's been some year. What 20? Let me go. 2016. I think we was in Texas because that's when it happened in Texas. Texas was the last. Galveston, Texas, was the last state that freed the slaves, and so it was like a big sign, and it was like 1865. Yeah. So anyway, I had asked my brother. I was like, "What is that?" Because I didn't know because it wasn't talked about up until I heard about it then. But then when I heard about it, it wasn't talked about, and up until recently, that's when people started learning or whatever. And so it's important, which I need to start too, and I am going to start with our history, to teach our kids about our history because that is one thing, especially in Florida, which our governor is doing a lot. He has taken the history out. So we have to start teaching our kids and stuff about our history and learning the different things because again, that was something I didn't know about until like it had to be 2016 or 2016, 27, around that area, yeah. And my brother, he told me about that at that time because I didn't know anything about that at that time, but that's when I learned about it. But then here recently, they made it. What was it? Last year or the year before last? They made it a federal holiday.
Last year.
Okay.
Yep. And I was so happy when that happened. Again, it's way overdue. Way overdue. So I mean, that's just the start of it. We got to start somewhere, and that's just the start. But again, we got to become woke on it and educated on it, so we can pass the information down to our kids and our future, generation and stuff, because we can't depend on nobody else to do it. If we're not doing it, who's going to do it? We have to take that stand at some point, sometime, and be that voice to say, hey, this is what happened. This is why it happened, and stand in it. And that's with a lot of stuff. But just right now we're speaking on Juneteenth, but especially because a lot of people don't know. They don't know.
Right.
And if we don't do it, who else is going to do it? Like, okay, are we leaving this to others to teach our generation, to teach our kids? I'm not. So I don't know. But again, to each his own.
Yep. Yep. So yes, we will be back on next week at our regular time.
Yes. Enough of that rant. So yeah, next week, July 4th, we will be here. Next week, July 4th, we'll be here. Same time, same place.
So we were gonna do it earlier, but then we just gonna keep it at our same time because with the confusion, people they didn't know whatever. So
that is true.
Yeah.
And then DeMarcus says, I really don't know. I was watching a cooking lady. She had made soul food, but I really can't put nothing to mind. Ask the people.
I think like holding events like all weekend, like something that whole weekend, like different, like musical. And I, because I know in Pensacola they do different stuff, and here we do have our festivals and stuff. But I'm talking about like it's kind of hard. It's harder for us to. I don't know. That's a whole other different topic, but yeah. So yeah, that may be another topic of discussion for another day. Things to gain our knowledge and stuff, for different stuff, because that is a big, our freedom is a big deal. It's a big deal.
It is. It really is. It really is. It really is. So, yeah. But we love y'all. We love y'all. And thank you all for tuning in. And we're going to call it a night. So we only went over 30 minutes additional. Mika said, I didn't start it. So the girl, you ain't starting nothing. You did not. How can I say this? One thing, like I'm passionate about some stuff. Jessica's passionate about some stuff. And we educate each other all the time, but you ain't starting nothing. You didn't. I mean, like we said, do you, girl? It's good. It's good. No, we are good. We are good. So just different beliefs, different views. And maybe it's the same views, same beliefs. I don't know, but it's just worth putting out there again. You didn't start anything, honey. We still love you.
Yes.
Yeah, girl, please. No need to be sorry. We still love you. So gave us a chance to kind of like elaborate on that and just to provide insight, And sorry if I'm so passionate. I don't know. I'm just very passionate about some stuff. And that's one. That's one.
Yeah.
Yep. Love y'all. Yeah. So, all right. We love y'all. Good night.
All right. Good night.
Y'all. Same place, same